Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I have a big smile because I have a really beautiful news to share with all of you. First of all, let's put Inter Juve aside. I know that we just played on Sunday, but let's put it aside. We need already to think about Juve Parma because tomorrow we play. And it's a must-win game. Match day 10 of Serie A, Juventus Parma in the Allianz Stadium. We need to win it. There is no other possibility. Winning. 3 points. We speak about Ballon d'Or, about Kenan, Yildiz, about Francisco Conceicao, about Dusan Vlahovic, about the defense. So many things to share about our Juventus, our beautiful and beloved Juventus. But first of all, let me start with the news that I wanted to share. This Saturday, there will be no watch-along here on the channel for a simple reason. Because I have been invited by an event presented by OneFootball, home of Serie A. I will be in London. Ragazzi, I can't wait to be in London. I will be there for a watch party, Udinese Juve, on a maxi screen. I will be able to watch it and hopefully also celebrate with Juventini, and that's the most beautiful feeling. Because it's nice to do the watch along here, celebrating here, sharing Juventinità with the people in the chat and entering the home of all of you. But if I have the possibility to be there next to another Juventino or Juventina and celebrating, that's the most beautiful thing. Of course, I will not be the main attraction. There will be the Scudetto, possibility to take a selfie with the Scudetto. There will be some mini games. There will also be, and that's probably super important, Christian Vieri, player of Juventus between 96 and 97. Hopefully we can shake hands, take a selfie, maybe speak to each other. Mamma mia, I can't wait. And also going back to London, and you know it, probably I already said it, one of my favorite cities in Europe is something just wow. So I go on Saturday, I come back on Sunday. It will be a up and down. I will try also to do a vlog to report you these fantastic atmosphere and emotions that I had the opportunity to live thanks to OneFootball, but also thanks to you. So Juventini from London and neighborhood. If you want to attend, you can still sign up. The link is into the description, promo.onefootball.com/Serie A. You can sign up and then you wait if yes or no it is confirmed that you can attend as well and that we can meet finally, because that will be the most beautiful thing. Now that we said it, maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe because we start immediately with the Ballon d'Or with Rodri that won it. You know it, according to me, Ballon d'Or is a award that I don't believe too much in because of what happened in the past. Since Del Piero that didn't win it years ago, it's a trophy that I'm a bit pissed off with, but still, it's still always a beautiful award, especially for the one that wins it. Yesterday, big controversy, Rodri, Vinicius Jr. You know what is the saddest part of all of it? That we have not even the surprise effect. We don't know because the players know already since long time, because Fabrizio Romano and other journalists are telling us, hey, but Vinicius, that we were all thinking that would win it, he will not travel. Real Madrid, they will not travel, they will not be present. And then they were reporting that already we knew the winner, that was Rodri. Then about the player, I'm super happy for Rodri. Oh guys, I'm forever grateful to Rodri. He avoided me 20 years of nightmares, of mockeries, of interisti. Hey, Beppe, we have 4 times. No, we have 2 times. We have 4 Champions League. You have only 2. We are better. Mamma mia, what a disaster. Grazie, Rodri. Rodri with that fantastic goal. Do you remember? Yes, I remember. So I am happy that he won it. Of course, I'm happy. Vinicius Jr. could have won it as well because he's also a fantastic player. But it's strange. It's more sometimes a feeling that it's a political trophy that's something else. It's a pity, but it is what it is. Then the thing that made me extremely smile and laugh was that there were really, but seriously, Inter fans that were thinking that Lautaro Martinez had a chance to win it. Especially when they said that Vinicius Junior would not be there. They were really believing it even more that Lautaro would win it. I said it yesterday, I said it to my son, if Lautaro win this edition of the Ballon d'Or, I close the channel. I don't speak about football anymore in my life. I don't watch any more football because then basta. Anyway, you know what's the question that I want to ask you after that you put the maximum of like, that you subscribe, is which of our Juventus players can possibly in 1 or 2 years enter that top 15? Let me know in the comment section. I'm really curious to know. Is it Conceicao? Is it Yildiz? Is it another player? Let me know. I'm really curious to read you. Because now we speak about our beloved Juventus. Now we speak about Tuttosport and their front page. La meglio Juventus, the best youth, with 2 persons there on that front page. Kenan, Yildiz on one side, Francisco Conceicao on the other one. Yildiz faster than Del Piero, only Leao with more dribbles succeeded than Conceicao. These are the stats that are reporting us. And you see in that double page, Yildiz, Conceicao, where they're really going to details about the 2 players. One is described as the surprise, Conceicao. The other one as one that had a few poses, but is the promise. He's the chosen one. Let's start with Kenan Yildiz. When we were saying that he's the chosen one, I never stopped doubting about him. When he received that number 10, a lot of people, Juventini, said it's too early to give it. You can't give that number 10 that was from Alex Del Piero to Kenan Yildiz because he showed nothing yet at the moment, which was partially true. On the other side, I always gave you the example that Del Piero, when he was officially wearing that number 10, because he already wore it before with other football rules of shirts, it was not yet the Alex Del Piero that is in all our collective memory. Impossible. It was not yet. It was in the build-up. If you're looking at the first 20 games of Alex Del Piero, it was not the Alex Del Piero that was doing 3 goals per game, 5 assists per game. Every dribble that he was taking was succeeding it. It was not yet the Alex Del Piero. It was a young Del Piero that was starting to come in a huge team, a strong team. Ravanelli, Vialli, Roberto Baggio to start with. So imagine the players that were there around Del Piero to give him the freedom to miss. We have a Kenan Yildiz now that is in the Juventus where he is at the moment one of the main men. There are no Ravanelli, Vialli, Roberto Baggio next to him to give him the time to grow. So he needs to be fast and we are judging him really harsh. I think that the season of Kenan is a beautiful season. There were some games like Stuttgart that he totally missed and he knows about it. But ragazzi, what he's doing against Inter, if you are not believing in Kenan Yildiz after what he did in the Derby d'Italia, I don't know, guys. Did you see the third goal? It's a replica of the one of Del Piero. It's a replica carrying that ball like he did without a stop effect. Taking the players to the other side. They are all thinking that he will go with his pattern shot, but actually on that one he's showing the palette of different skills that he has. He's going with a power left shot. It's incredible. And then on that 4th goal, that control is sublime. That's the basic of football. The one that are winning one time against the opponents, against the defenders, are the ones that are successful in their control. So bravo Kenan Yildiz. Bravo Kenan Yildiz. If I should say who will be in the next 2 years in the top 15 of the Ballon d'Or, it is our Kenan. Kenan is fantastic. And then you go towards the other player because he will also play against Parma. We'll speak about Francisco Conceicao. Francisco revolutionized Juventus with his famous weapon, the dribbling. That's the title of Tutto Sport. Gazzetta is saying the surprise Conceicao. But I don't know. I don't know about the surprise because when we decided to let Federico Chiesa go, and there was the name of Conceicao, it was a player that a lot of people didn't know, but I really wanted. And some of the people here on the channel said, Beppe, he's fantastic. We want Conceicao. Because the people that watch a bit of Portuguese League, a bit of Champions League, a bit of Euro 2024, they already spotted Francisco. Chico is fantastic. It's not that Thiago Motta is arriving with a magic wand and saying, now you are a dribbler. Now you are a fantastic player. And a lot of people, they are coming now. They are sending me messages. Even people, my friends, they're saying, Beppe, you know who is our new favorite player? It is Chico. Chico is fantastic. We fall in love. And I always said that from the first time that you will see him playing, you will fall in love. You will fall in love because he's a fantastic person. He's a fantastic player. The way that he's taking the ball. Bastoni is still having nightmares about him. Absolutely not a surprise according to me. Then when Nico Gonzalez will be back, they will change spot. One time it will be Nico Gonzalez that will start with Chico that will give his support in the last 30 minutes. Did you see what Kenan was able to do in the last 30 minutes when he entered? That's also a technique. That's also a tactic. Breaking games in the second half. And sometimes he will start the games like he did in the last 2 games. So I have no doubt that he will start also against Parma and that he will give us again these beautiful caveats. Who knows if one day he can also enter these lists. Well, up front, there are not a lot of doubts. Dusan Vlahovic should continue to play because there are not a lot of options. Dusan Vlahovic that played all the games of this season, all of them, from the start. Starter in every single game of Serie A, 9, 3 games of a Champions League. But if you're looking at the last 23 games, he started 22 games. Something incredible. A mistake by Juve because we didn't go for another striker could be. At the moment, that's the solution. It's Dusan Vlahovic. Except and these are the first rumors that are coming from La Continassa. If Thiago Motta is thinking that it's the time for him to rest from the start, maybe a Kenan Yildiz as a falso 9, a Adzic as a falso 9, a Tim Weah that has been recuperated as a falso 9, or, no, as a real striker, not a falso 9, or even Bangula that entered in the last minute. So there are possibly solutions, not all of them ideals, not all of them tested, but these could be possibly changes to rest Dusan Vlahovic in the game against Parma. Now, I have to say that at a certain moment he will have to rest, but as long as Dusan is in form and he's not in fatigue, he's not tired, he's not in decline, I would continue to play him. I really appreciated the game that they did against Inter. I really appreciate it. So what about the other players that will possibly join or not the game against Parma? Koopmeiners is the only one that will try. Could be that today we see some images of Koopmeiners with the team training, but we are not sure. But if today he doesn't train, forget about it, and he will not be there. But it's more Udinese than Parma. If really comes, he starts from the bench with maybe the possibility, depending on the game, to enter in the last minutes. Douglas Luiz, forfeit. Nico Gonzalez, forfeit. Gatti and Thuram are fighting for a starting spot. We will know more later when Thiago Motta will speak in front of microphones. Thiago Motta is thinking about, of course, the absences and the players that he has, but he's also thinking about the defense. Because if we were the defense that didn't concede for 6 games in a row in Serie A, we took one on penalty against Cagliari in the last minutes. We took 4. 4 against Inter, a really ugly one against Stuttgart, 2 against Leipzig. Starts to be a lot. I think it's 8 goals. 8 goals plus 1 when Bremer was there. Bremer, we miss him. We speak every time about Gleison Bremer, but we need to accept it. Like, he needs to accept his injury. Like, he needs to start accepting it and moving forward, working to recuperate. We will also need to accept that he's injured and move forward with the players that we have. Danilo was really really bad performance from Danilo. Not sure that he will play against Parma. I think that a few games of rest for Danilo would not even be bad, of course, if the condition of Gatti and Kalulu are optimal. What I would do against Parma, I tell you immediately, is playing the best team. Playing the best team physically, but also mentally. Because I think that also there, mentally, if we are conceding, how much? 5 penalties against, it's also a sign of not being at the best of your concentration, not be 100% there from the first minute until the last minute. It's not a coincidence that we see 2 of the biggest players that are discussed ultimately, Douglas Luiz and Danilo, that are committing these penalties. Because if you're not 100% there with your mind, with your head, it's difficult. So concentration is needed. Otherwise, we will continue to do these stupid mistakes. Cristiano Junior is continuing to think about Mercato because he knows that the situation is alarming in defense. The names of Ortiz are still continuing to be pushed by Tuttosport. Ismaili from Empoli as well, pushed by Tuttosport and other journalists. Nico Schira, for example. On the other side, Gazzetta is continuing to push on Skriniar. The priority is Skriniar from Paris Saint-Germain because he's not playing there. Bijol is another alternative. Bijol, the player from Udinese. So we have a few players that are possibly could join Juventus in January. Let me know who you prefer. Pay attention because this night we already start back with Serie A. Because there is a big game. Milan against Napoli. Milan without Renders, without Theo Hernandez. And looks like Fonseca will choose to not play again Leao from the start. Hopefully they can do a result against Napoli. I'm not sure if I want them to win. I'm not sure if I want them to draw. But a result is important. We can't give Napoli the 3 points today. We see each other later today with the news about the press conference of Thiago Motta and maybe a post-game live of Milan-Napoli, depending on the result. Put a maximum of like. Let me know if you're in London. I'm curious if I can have the opportunity to meet you. Maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe. Grazie, forza. Juve.